The playoffs.
Ayo, Bo knows this, and Bo knows that, but Bo don't know jack, cause Bo can't rap. Well, what do you know? The J-Dog is first up to bat, no batteries included.
Wow. How fun.
And now, your Dallas Mavericks starting five. Starting at shooting guard, at 6'6", number 12, Lawrence Baylor. At small forward, standing 6'11", number 14, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Center, standing 7'2", number 49, Clark Harden. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 48, Vincent Drake. Starting at the other guard, at 6'0", number 3, Chris Paul. The head coach of your home team. Mavs fans, your Dallas Mavericks.
The crowd is assembled at the American Airlines Center looking for a Mavericks win here in downtown Dallas. So for the Mavericks, their last game, a win against the Spurs. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but guys, by what an emphatic win it was.
And they really got after it defensively throughout that entire game. All the turnovers they forced tell that story.
Yeah, and that was a major factor, Steve. I mean, the more turnovers they cause, the more they seem to rattle those guys.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for New Orleans right now, Money, he's in at point guard. Paul George is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Knox in at the 5 spot.
13 seconds on the shot. 13.
Passes it to Money. Clock at 6. Rodich sinks the 15-footer. Paul with the ball. Knocked loose. And now the Pelicans on the break. He lobs it up.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Yeah, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Outside Baylor, and they double up Baylor. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. No good with the layup.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
George dishes to Davis, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
And here are the Mavericks now. 6-point game. And they double up Paul. Here's Baylor. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
The Pelicans have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Money. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
The shot by Baylor, no good.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Davis kicks to George. Here's Money. Buries the long-range jumper. Money's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Dishes to Paul. To the inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Pass to George. To the left wing. Rodich. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Boy, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Paul goes in. Antetokounmpo kicks to Harden. The shot by Paul. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pelicans leading by 8. Here's Money. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the free throws for him this year, he's making them at about a rate of 77%.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Both free throws good for Money.
I think our shot selection could be a lot better on the offensive end, so be patient. If you don't have an open look, move the basketball. Eventually, someone's going to be wide open for the shot. Now let's go.
Had a chance to see Paul George. How about his numbers? Where does he stack up? Let's take a look. Second in 3-point field goal percentage. And he's right there among the league's most efficient shooters, ranked in the top 3 in field goal percentage.
And, you know, going back to his 3-point shooting percentage, he's been an absolute dead-eye from distance. I mean, only one guy's been better than him, Steve.
Here's Money, and he dunks it down.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Paul passes to Drake. They get a hand on it. Here's Money.
Fucking in.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. And here we go. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Pelicans leading by 10. It's rebounded by Baylor.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
And they double up Paul. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. The feed now to Baylor. Paul outside. Clock at 6. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. What an asset to a team. When you've got big men who can knock down free throws, look here at the top centers and power forwards in terms of free throw percentage this season. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
Well, a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line.
Yep, some of them do that. Exactly, and we can see the reason why in those numbers. In general, the composure of all those players show up at the free throw line.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
Paul kicks to Baylor. And they double up Baylor. Drake the pass to Paul. Here's Baylor. The offensive rebound. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Here we are, 2 games left before the start of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the possible field. Look at New Orleans. They've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course the Dallas Mavericks. They're in the 6th position.
Seeing where the Mavericks are, they've certainly put themselves firmly in the playoff picture yet again. This is an impressive team that we're watching.
Well, that's what it's all about, Clark, in the NBA. Just getting to the playoffs, giving yourself a chance to win a championship. And, hey, once you get there, anything can happen.
They're really struggling defensively, giving up too many easy buckets.
And they've been on fire offensively as a result, Clark.
There's the pass to Drake. To the inside. Paul. Now, here is George. 11 points for him in that last game against Phoenix.
And the early lead just keeps on growing. Another basket.
And the way they've done it is with an extremely potent inside attack.
Paul outside. Pass to Drake. Davis with the double team. So here is New Orleans. George passes to Money. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And they double up Baylor. That one a little long. Looking at the last game for the New Orleans Pelicans, it was a win against the Suns.
And, Kevin, what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. Their shooting was just tremendous.
Steve, you were a great shooter, but you know that kind of shooting is not something the team is going to get on a nightly basis. But when you do get it, boy, does it feel good.
Okay. We all know who we need to go to more. The rest of you set screens to create as many opportunities for them as you can. Here we go.
A different look for Dallas. Anderson, he's checked in front to the Cooper. And Tony Snell subbed in for Baylor. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear New Orleans head coach going over their plan during that last break. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run. He's usually not their main option at the offensive end, but it looks like he's going to be today. He mentioned one more thing, which was that he'd like them to get out and run whenever they get their hands on the ball. Let's play this game at top speed. Those were his exact words. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. With that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pound.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Capela checked in for Dallas. Here is Paul. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Drake. Got a piece of it. Here's Money. He feeds it to George. 5 to shoot. Rodich. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
An important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Here's Paul. He dishes it to Snell. Pass to Drake.
What's up?
The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Boy, that is a tough shot.
Pelicans leading by 17. Here's Money. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. George with the bucket.
And that's what's built them this early lead. Deadly shooting from behind the arc.
Yeah, the D better start getting out there on them, Steve, and soon.
Now here's Paul. The dish to Anderson.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
He kicks it to Snell. Fires from deep. Can't hit. And New Orleans will come the other way. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Now, the last meeting was a successful one. They were very sharp defensively, causing a lot of turnovers, and that swayed the game in their favor.
Foster's checked in for Dallas. Green comes in for Paul.
Thanks,
New Orleans
bro.
making a switch here. And a breakdown here, guys. The
Where's
hustle
Beerus
stats
at?
for the Pelicans.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're
So
causing
I don't like my
turnovers,
shit.
and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Foster passes to Capela. Dallas moving it around. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Good defense. No easy buckets.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Well, they seem to have lost their confidence a little bit as a team from the line. They're shooting only 70% on the year.
Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. New Orleans leading by 21. Here's Money. He has 7. The pass to Muscala. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Boy, did they
You
ever
guy
make
can't
a mess
pass,
out of
man.
that one. A
He turned it
terrible
over
turnover.
3 times. I wouldn't do that.
Dallas has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Green dishes to Foster. Inside. Anderson passes to Capela. The Mavericks rebound. Green kicks to Anderson.
10,000 views.
The drive by Green. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, he's an
Nobody
undersized
uses the
center,
internet
but he
anymore.
more than makes up for it with some serious
dead.
leaping ability.
Here's Money.
It's a dead,
Pass to Muscala. It's George on the wing.
you would expect it to be,
Here's Money. That falls. Nice feed
I
that
don't
time
know,
from George.
a bit more
George has got
utilized.
4 assists in the game. Mavericks trailed by
Nobody
21.
uses that.
Now Green. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Snell kicks to Green. Feeds to Foster. Pass to Anderson. 5 on the clock.
Everybody's busy or
Plays it
some
up and
shit.
banks it in.
He had his head on the swivel,
knows?
was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
New Orleans leading by
Damn, that's
19.
nice.
Here's Money. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam. Amazing.
You showed it
hops
off at school?
Exploding to the bucket.
Kevin, you don't expect to see that coming from the point guard position.
No way.
Boy, can he elevate at that size. That's impressive.
And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And George with the stuff.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Maverick shooting
Who knows?
39% in the early minutes of this game. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Anderson. It's rebounded by Money.
That's
That's
one
nowhere
he
near the
knows he
millions
should've
of
made.
people that could be watching it.
Outside Curry. Pass to Muscala. Releases. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Muscala's got his first bucket of the night.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Foster dishes to Snell. And the wide open shot from Green. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor. New Orleans leading by 23. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Davis with a screen on Green. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Davis throws it down.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Here's Snell, guarded by Curry. And so it's Dallas with it. Outside, Green.
That's his second personal foul.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. That free throw missing. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Good ball movement.
And he's good on the second. It could go. No good. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. New Orleans on top, running away with it. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. Well, Steve, Clark, Pelicans pretty much in control here. Changing it up here. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. We've got Green. Foster is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Bailey. And it's Harden in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here's Baylor. An 11-point game for him in the win against San Antonio. Dishes it to Foster. To the middle. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Foster. Paul's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Dallas. Pelicans leading by 22. Here's Money. 11 points in the game. Six to shoot. Rodich. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Suns was superb. He had 64 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And, you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night. Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that. Here's Antetokounmpo. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Kicks to Foster. Paul outside. Here's Baylor. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. New Orleans has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Huffman, Baylor defending. And there's the pass to Knox. Puts up the baby hook. Another one falls for New Orleans.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
And they double up Baylor. Harden the pass to Baylor. Foster against Davis. And Foster kicks to Paul. Stolen. Here's Money.
Oh! Unbelievable.
How did he do that?
Well, the lead isn't getting any smaller. I mean, this is an incredibly well-rounded performance for this club on the road.
You know, that's the thing, Steve. To dominate as they have in front of a hostile crowd, really impressive.
That's tipped. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Now the feed to Foster. And pushing it up is New Orleans. The Pelicans again in transition. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Paul dishes to Harden. And Foster kicks to Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Here's Harden. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Mavericks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. That free throw good from Harden. Both teams deciding to change it up. That one is no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
This is a tremendous solo run he's
Ooh,
on. I mean, the
double-double.
kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Baylor up top. Defended by Gordon. Pass to Drake. Paul outside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Just 5 to shoot. From the arc. Dallas again missing.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost them.
Down low. Paul with
Fucking
the steal.
Chris Paul,
and
man.
Paul with a clear path to the hoop. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Pass to Drake. He feeds it to Harden. From 12 feet out. Can't hit. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. In low to Davis. Here's Money. He's got 18. Shot clock at 6. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And he gets it to go. Davis has got 10.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist.
Damn,
You've
5
done a lot of that
turnovers.
today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Let's pause for a moment to show you the teams that have been the best on the glass over the course of the month. Pelicans, number 1.
And the rebounding has been key because they've been boarding the ball at a very high level, playing with a ton of energy.
Here's Money. Rodich. And good on the basket. Book it. He's got 20.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Paul outside. Harden sets the pick for Paul. To the middle, looking to end the drought. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Wow. Wow. If I were a coach, I could just only shake my head. They have been absolutely awful from the line this quarter.
Capela checked in for the Mavericks, and he gets the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Snell, the pass to Drake. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you can feel the momentum swinging. They needed that shot badly.
Steve, I sense some frustration here. It seems like they're getting a little frustrated. It's understandable because they've given up this big run. That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Here's Snell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And he gets it back.
A chance here to take a look at where the Mavericks rank in the NBA currently. 5th in blocks. 5th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's pretty good company. It points out the fact that they do prioritize the defensive end.
This is a team, Clark, and you talked about the shot blocking. This is a team that really has become a defensive-minded group. They rotate well, they cover up for one another, and when somebody does get to the rim, it seems like they've got a lot of guys coming over from the weak side to protect the rim.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Mavericks making a change here. Anderson's checked in, and the Pelicans making a change here. And so he makes both from the line. There's 1:54 left to play in the first half. Money passes to Muscala. Paul with the ball. Now guarded by Money. And here is Paul. He dishes it to Snell. Back to Paul. Got a piece of it. And New Orleans pushing it up now.
Oh, what a throwdown there. Man.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the...
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Green, he's checked in for Chris Paul. New Orleans shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Here's Green, averaging 10 points per contest. And up the floor again for New Orleans, running the court. And it's George finishing it off.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
For Dallas, they have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10.
Okay.
No good on that one. And the Mavericks making a change here. Kelly's checked in.
Nice shooting.
And the second free throw, good. New Orleans gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Gordon kicks to Curry. There's the dish to George. Pass to Gordon. Curry against Green. From 12 feet out. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
There's the screen. Here's Kelly. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Kelly's got his first 2 points of the night.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Curry dishes to George. Outside Gordon. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Pelicans on top, just dominating this one. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
All right, fellas, great job in the early going, but we've got to keep playing the same way. Keep this building out of it. They look absolutely helpless out there to contain our low-post offense. And the more that continues in the second half, the more beat up and dejected they're going to be. If there was a real positive to be found, it was in transition.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The Mavericks shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Money, he's in at the point. Paul George is out there with Davis, and it's Knox in at the 5. Rome in the paint.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love
Ooh,
the fact he went
triple-double.
old school with the finger roll.
Fades. The pass to Money. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Paul, right side. To the paint. Drake, the pass to Baylor. Paul, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. Paul's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
They set the pick.
A moment to check out Paul George here. This past month or so, he's really given the fans a lot to watch. He's averaging 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers are pretty outstanding. I mean, we've come to expect it from him.
Well, he always impresses, Steve, with the work ethic, stamina, consistency. It's what the best players strive for and produce.
And the second free throw, good. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Feeds to Antetokounmpo. Three-pointer. And it's Paul missing.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
New Orleans is gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. The high post shot. Paul with the defensive effort. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Drake the pass to Antetokounmpo. He kicks it to Harden. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Outside Baylor. The feed to Antetokounmpo. Back to Baylor. Just 5 on the clock. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Paul missing again. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I'd call it an irate finish even.
Kicks to Baylor. Passes to Harden. Takes it off the glass. Harden's got his second basket of the night. The Pelicans shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Harden. Here's Antetokounmpo. Defended by George. Paul kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Paul. Drake the pass to Paul. Here's Baylor. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Baylor's got 7.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages. Good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
Here's money. Pass to Davis. Outside, George. Goes up again, and it's laid in by Davis. He's got 12.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Paul goes in. Harden can't cash.
That he should make more often than not.
Here's money. To the wing on the left. Ball's knocked loose. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Here is the 2K leaderboard. What a terrific defensive performance these teams have had since All-Star. The Mavericks 4th.
The size and the strength down low has been impressive. Take a look at those shot blocking numbers, guys.
9? Oh.
And here are the Mavericks
82
now.
to 37.
Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. George against Paul.
Only God
Antetokounmpo
knows.
kicks to Baylor. Baylor can't get that one to fall.
Boy, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Paul. Back to Baylor. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at how the Pelicans performed last month. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Foster's checked in. Money passes to Knox. To the inside. Hits. Count that one from Money. Money's got 26.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Paul with the bucket.
Well, since we hit half #2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. And once more, he gets it. Another bucket from Money. Money's got 5 points now this quarter. For Dallas, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And it's Paul penetrating.
Chris,
that is good.
I dropped
It's really
you.
hard to find fault with anything he's doing.
Little
this
shake and
quarter,
bake.
at least at the offensive
I
end.
dropped Chris Paul
The
one time.
Pelicans have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Money, and he has 28 points for the game. Shoots from the elbow, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Paul. 11 points in the game. From 11 feet away. Rebounded by Money. Money's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, and that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
Anderson, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo.
The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Paul kicks to Snell. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 5 assists tonight.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. Money.
Watch out! Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that.
The 360.
Dallas has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of
Illuminati
6.
confirmed.
Now here's Paul. T right on him. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result, it may change.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. Outside Teague, 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Anderson's got 6.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Money. He's got 32 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And those steals are all the evidence you need of just how high his basketball IQ is. He really sees the floor well defensively.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
Muscala, he's checked in for New Orleans. Both free throws good for Money. Maverick shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. Pass to Capela. Deep 2 from Anderson. They get the rebound.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
No good for Money.
What?
Maverick shooting a meager 37% for the game. Kelly passes to Capela. Ball's knocked loose. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Maverick. He's checked in.
Substitution for the
Here's Capela, averaging 8 points a game. Both teams making some changes here. And so it's Dallas with it. Green with the ball. Harden with a screen on Curry. Inside. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Green. Harden's got 7.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
From deep.
Wet.
And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Pelicans on top, running away with this one. Well, for New Orleans, shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. We've got Foster, and it's Harden in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Now, here's Green. Kelly kicks it to Foster. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Green. And a fast break now for the Pelicans, and he gets the bucket.
Heads-up play on both ends there. Transition basketball, the steal and the quick push.
Steve, that's how it should be played. I mean, rapid-fire basketball. Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And that one's good. Kelly. Here's Money. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Green with the ball. Here's Drake. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Dallas making a switch here. Booker's checked in. Here's Money. And that one's good. Money's got 38 points.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And that one's good.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Over to the wing. They set the pick. 4 on the shot clock. To the paint. Rodich. From outside, off the mark. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Eric Gordon with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish even.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Both teams will make...
Good D.
Illuminati confirmed.
Changes. Harden's checked in, and it's Capella in for Foster. New Orleans making a switch here. Eric Gordon on the wing. And there's the pass to Knox. New Orleans moving the ball around. The drive by Gordon. Shot from the wing. That one wide left.
What is ball hard?
So both teams changing it up here. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Over that last break, I listened to the Pelicans head coach address his team. Their transition offense has to be a focal point, he told them. Points on the break are going to be crucial for the rest of this game. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those are the messages. Guys, we'll see how coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
All right, Doris. Baylor.
No, Chris.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three.
Here's Money. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Only I could
Money's got 40 points.
And he's performing at such a high level. That's why they're in the lead right now.
And that's a foul called on Money. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Capella. They set the pick. The dish to Antetokounmpo. Outside Baylor. A 3-ball. Baylor can't get that one to fall.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Here's Money. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Bench
Money's got
warmers.
43 points.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from
Bench
long range.
warmers.
He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Feeds it to Baylor. Paul outside.
No,
Goes back up.
son.
Here's Diamantopoulos. Paul dishes to Antetokounmpo. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
What?
Shooting for Dallas. Baylor. Shooting 1.
And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. Outside Baylor. 6 to shoot. Paul kicks to Antetokounmpo. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Teague can't hit.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Baylor. Passes it to Capela. Back to Baylor. Dishes it to Paul. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Right side Teague. Pass to Money. Shoots. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Money's got 45 points.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Here's the screen. Back to Baylor with the shot. The shot, no good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. Money passes to Knox. An emphatic LU jam.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Capela passes to Baylor. The feed to Paul. Fires the 3. Paul missing again.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Here's Money. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From 13. Pass to Capela. Outside Baylor. Dallas moving it around. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Here's Money, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on him.
Kicks to Antetokounmpo. Baylor dishes to Paul.
Looking at the game for Paul, he's got 17 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
And the first one drops.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Kelly's checked in, and it's Green in for Baylor. And New Orleans also making a change. Gordon's checked in, and they'll keep possession. And that one's good.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
From deep, Green. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Money's got his 4th rebound in this one. .144 left here in the 4th quarter. Paul with the steal. Here's Kelly. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
No good on that one. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Dallas. That's off as well, so he misses both. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Dallas shooting an appalling 26% in the 4th quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New Orleans.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment to
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72 win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
This matchup has treated them very well this season. It's more of the same today. This has been as one-sided as the season series can get.
It sure has been. They're going to go 4-0 against them. So I'd say you're right on.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Money. He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than his scoring as he racked up a triple-double.
Right here.
Trying his luck deep, and another 3 for New Orleans.
For 3.
But no.
They're struggling to keep up.
Now we'll see if they can turn things around on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good.
Well done finishing that one off.
Here's Money. And so the Pelicans now can just hold on to the ball. There's the pass to Muscala. Is it to Money? He dishes it to Gordon. Here's Money. He cans that one.
Yeah.
He's serious, impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, with a game like tonight, you were all over the place. A triple-double in the box score. Would you consider this one of your better games of the season thus far?
Triple-double.
For real, the triple-double? Yeah, I didn't even know that. I guess I would have to say it's one of the better ones I played this. Really, I'm just happy how the team competed and that we got the win. Personal stats are secondary to that, always.
Congratulations, Kevin. You're going to deliver it. Take some chops.
And as always, Doris, thank you. That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.